So, appropriately enough, I played a few quick matches of a few quick matches, and I came away with a pretty clear impression of what this game is trying to be, and who it's for. Right away, it reminded me of the halcyon days when I used to play a lot of Super Smash Bros. Melee, or my personal favorite, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It's that same general style of game, fast, dramatic, chaotic, and designed around short, high-energy matches rather than long-term progression. As you get hit, you have a number that increases, and the higher it gets, the more vulnerable you are to getting knocked off the screen, falling down, and losing a life. The core idea works, and it works quite well. That said, my first hurdle was the controls. Out of the box, they weren't quite as responsive as I would have liked, and more importantly, they didn't make intuitive sense to me. Having both X and Y mapped to jump, while A was mapped to attack, felt odd, and I had to spend a little time rebinding things before the controls clicked. Once I did that though, I genuinely had a great time. Visually, the game reminded me a lot of Stick Fight, but with a slower feeling base frame rate. Even though I was running the game at 60 frames per second, the animation style felt closer to 30, likely an intentional stylistic choice. That actually brought to mind games like Alien Hominid or Castle Crashers, which, for the record, legendary games. So while the frame rate choice stood out, it wasn't necessarily a deal breaker. It just took a bit of adjustment. I really only have two wishes for this game, which are unlikely to happen because the game is not in early access, this is a full game. The first is that the base animation frame rate be increased, or at least offered as an option. I understand the stylistic intent, but I think smoother motion would benefit a game that lives and dies by quick reaction. It just feels much better. You know, I just thought of this. It also brings to mind a game called Rivals of Ether, I think it's called, and it has that slower frame rate as well, and it does make the controls feel a little bit unresponsive. The second wish is more characters. Now, I fully understand why this is a challenge. Unlike Nintendo with Super Smash Bros., the developers of a few quick matches don't have a massive universe of pre-existing characters to pull from. Still, with only 4 characters available, I did find myself wishing for a bit more variety. To be fair, the characters that are in the game are very cool and feel distinct, but more options could go a long way. Also worth noting that because this game is not early access, there's no guarantee for either of those wishes to ever be fulfilled. At the end of the day, a few quick matches is a $7 game, and at that price point, it succeeds at what it's clearly designed to do. This is a couch party game. There's no story, no progression to speak of, and I can't imagine that playing with randoms online would be especially fun, but if you've got friends over, controllers in hand, and you want something fast, competitive, and dramatic, this game will absolutely deliver. I do recommend it, but specifically for that purpose. If that sounds like your kind of night, it's well worth the price of admission. Thank you so much for watching this game review. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss another one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and you need to relax.